All right, so I was listening to a podcast, the Know Your Gear podcast, Phil McKnight. If you don't listen to it, check it out. It's awesome. Love that podcast. It was an idea that I had, and somebody else had it, and I think they made a comment about it, and it got talked about briefly. But I think everybody knows that Thomann has a brand called Harley Benton. Now, I think at this point, Harley Benton has gotten so big, it may even, eclipse Thomann to a certain degree. But it rang up the question on that podcast. Somebody asked it, and I had the same question, and I thought it was worth talking about, and that is, should Sweetwater start an affordable guitar brand? I mean, listen, a lot of big guitar stores have their own house brand. Now, a lot of times these are brands that these guitar retailers purchased. For instance, Sam Ash purchased Michael Kelly guitars, which, next to Harley Benton, may be one of the best, store brand guitars. The Michael Kelly stuff is pretty decent. And then, of course, Guitar Center has Mitchell. And Andertons, I don't know if I would consider Chapman a house brand for Andertons, because I think Chapman has a larger reach and has other distributors. So Chapman doesn't count, but I believe Andertons does have an affordable guitar line as well, where you can get Strats and Tellys and things like that. So should Sweetwater do that? Well, first of all, if Sweetwater came out with an affordable guitar, Sweetwater has a lot of people that know what they're doing, and I think they could make a product that would be pretty cool. Obviously, they'd source a Chinese manufacturer or Indonesian manufacturer, somebody over there, to make it. They could be sent to Sweetwater. Sweetwater kind of has the infrastructure to be able to quality check those instruments. I think they could pull it off. And I think a lot of people would buy them. Because, let's face it, we all have a Sweetwater rep. I mean, I could go talk to people that work at other guitar stores, and you know what? They all have a Sweetwater rep, because Sweetwater sells so many other things, obviously, but right, we all buy from there. They're huge for a reason. And so I think people would love it, and I think people would buy them. Right, so that's the reason to do it, because they could sell the volume. To make money on these guitars, you have to sell a lot of them. But here's the reason why they shouldn't, or here's the reason why they shouldn't. So they're going to go to China, and they're going to get a guitar from the same factory that makes these. So many guitars are made in the same factory, you can tell the similarities, rather, when you play them. If they're all made by the same factory anyway, what good would it do? All it would do was maybe hurt your reputation with some of the brands, like Fender, or various other brands, or Fender, or Epiphone, or a lot of the other budget brands that they carry, Ibanez, etc., etc. It would just hurt their relationships. Now, obviously, Thomann, is just going out and copying a lot of these guitars, and the manufacturers, while they're not saying a lot, Bobby, because Thomann sells a lot of their guitars, I'm sure they're not happy about it. And Sweetwater's kind of claim to fame is customer service and having a good relationship with us customers. But I would bet, and Phil McKnight talked about this, so go look for, I'll see if I can link that podcast in the description. If not, go look for it, because it's really cool. He said that they value the relationship with their OEMs and their manufacturers, and if they did that, it might hurt that relationship. From a customer standpoint, it really isn't going to move the needle very much, because we can get those same instruments from the same factories. Just wouldn't have a Sweetwater name on it. So, what do I think? Oh, I don't know. I think they'd probably be better off not doing it. But what do you think? Leave in the comments below, and let me know if you think Sweetwater should start their own guitar brand. While you're at it, you can go ahead and like and subscribe and all the YouTubey things, and I'll have links to my music and other stuff, and my website with social media links and all that stuff down there. So thanks for watching, and remember, it's always about the song. Peace.